Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome to the Den and the Weekend Shave with me, Justin, the Red Island Shaver. So, a video for Tim, T. Shaw. I will throw a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. And Martyn over at Your Mileage May Vary. I will put a link down there as well. So, both of them have ventured into shavettes. So I figured I would do a Shavette video, maybe pass on some pointers. I am by no means an expert in this, but I can manage to use one of these without cutting myself all to pieces. So that being said, we'll get right into the lathering, and then we'll get into the shave. So for the shave, definitely want to use a slick soap. This ranks right up there with some of my slickest stuff. Soapy Bathman Tropical Lime. Gorgeous lime scent. From the website, reminiscent of sitting on the beach with a nice cold beer with a big wedge of lime stuffed down the neck. And that's what it is. It's just straight up lime. There's no pretentiousness. There's no other scents or anything blended in here. It's lime. And it's very, very vibrant and refreshing. I'm going to use the Spiffo Murdoch. I'm going to keep the green theme here going, I guess. And we'll get into lathering. This is a tallow-based soap. It has tallow, lanolin, shea. It's good stuff. There will be a link to this in the description below as well. And you can go order yourself some. If you like lime, I would order if I were you. So yeah, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Mine's going pretty good. I guess I'm going to be playing The Bachelor tonight. My young fella's going to his grandparents. My wife went to work. And I'll be here all by myself. Trying to order some strippers in and get some blow. I'm just joking. Just joking. My evening will consist of probably sitting on the couch in the heat watching other men shave YouTube videos. There you go. So I would say that is sufficiently loaded. Probably loaded way too much, but that's okay. That is okay. Now I get this cap on right, we'll be all set. Alright, let's get in and latherize this. So shavettes. Yes, the ubiquitous shavette. So common misconception. And you're going to see it a lot in the groups, you're going to see it a lot in the forums, you're going to see it a lot on the comment sections on YouTube that, you know, for guys looking to get into straight razor shaving, shavettes the way to go because they're easy to learn and they're not expensive and you don't have to worry about maintenance and all that, yada yada yada, horse pucky. Well, here's my thoughts on that scenario. Shavettes are a completely different beast than the straight razor. While the straight razor may look more formidable, it may look scarier, and yes, it does require a little bit more maintenance, but let's be honest. If you get a straight razor, you don't need to go out and buy $600 worth of honing stones and all that crap and get yourself a $25 gold dollar from somebody and a $25 strop, and you're good to go for about 100 shaves. Once you learn how to strop the thing. And they're easier to learn on. Way easier to learn on than a shavette. Problem with shavettes, with most shavettes, I find, are the blade heel and toe is exposed. On a real straight razor, a good starter razor is a round point where the toe is muted. Or you can get a square point and get the tip muted. So you can't really get poked by that. And then the heel is rounded off. With a DE blade shavette, for most of them, there's no such thing as any muting. There's just a sharp tip and a sharp heel, and that's usually where people get cut, is on those blade points. Also, even though straight razors are ludicrously sharp, they have a bit of give, a little bit of bend to them, and usually they'll give you a bit of warning before they bite. A DE shavette or You know, feather Shavette with the big long feather blades, they will not give you warning before you get cut. You will put the thing to your skin and do something wrong, and you will get cut. That's all there is to it. It's a mechanically sharpened blade, and I mean, it's a razor blade, they're razor sharp. So I do find straights are easier to learn on. That being said, it is possible to learn on a Shavette. You just have to follow some basic principles. And basically the same basic principles of a straight razor, just you need to really be more cognizant of them, I think, with the Shavette. Alright, so that's the lather. A nice, robust, thick, creamy, well-hydrated lather, which is key. I mean, really, it's key to any type of shaving, more so with these stupidly sharp implements, okay? You want stuff to glide. You do not want, you especially do not want your lather tacky. You don't want any way for this to kind of have the lather grab it or stick to it and then dig in, because then you'll get cut. So, big important thing, of course, is grip, all right? And making sure you hold the thing properly. So if you're going to do your straight up and down, your north to south pass, you know, you put the scales up. I like to put 2 in front of the handle, and then 1 on the tang, right here, and then I pinch the scales with these 2 fingers, and that gives me control, straight up and down. Now you want to hold it tight, but you don't want to squeeze the juice out of it either. I mean, you don't need to death grip it, because you want this to be able to do what you want it to do. You don't want to be so rigid that if you blink, you're going to cut yourself, okay? So, and the other thing, before I put this to the face, I really like about this one. Now, this is the Focus Slim Aluminum. This is a pricey Shavette, though. For somebody starting out, this is a $71 Shavette. But if you can see that, the heel and the toe of this are covered by the design of the Shavette. So I can't get poked by the heel or the toe with this blade. All I can do is cut myself. And when I get to the left side of the face, I'll show you how I avoid cutting myself. So I only have a day's worth of growth. We'll start on the right side. I just put it on the flat side and just gently roll it in. And just nice smooth strokes. Stretch the skin. And I do all the way down past my jawline while I have the skin stretched. So that part is done while it's taut. Then I can start right below the jawline and then do the neckline. Once again, just put it on and gently roll in. And I'm using no pressure. No pressure whatsoever, because these are incredibly sharp. You don't need any pressure. The only thing you got to worry about with these is they're very light, especially this Focus Slim, so you may feel inclined. You need to put some pressure in to get that to cut, but you don't. So you need to fight that. So now we're going to go to the left hand, exact same grip. I'm basically gripping it with these 2 fingers right here, balancing it on that, and the 2 fingers in the front and the back are just kind of balancing it and just kind of doing it what I want to do. So, as I said before, I will lay it on and I will roll it in gently just till I feel the blade. down below the jawline. And you really want to be careful when you're laying this in, when you're setting your angle. It's just like a DE, right? When you have a DE and you put on your face and then you rotate to that 35-degree angle, you do it gently. You want to do the same with this, because if you roll this in, you put this on your cheek and you roll it in too far with pressure, you have that whole blade there that's just going to go, and it's just going to stick right into your skin, and you don't want that. So now, below the jawline is done. I don't usually stretch for the neck. I just tilt my head back a little bit. That'll stretch it. Put the Shavette on. And just nice, smooth, deliberate movements. Okay, we'll rinse off. Go for pass 2. That was a pretty good pass right there. So the big part is, getting your ambidextrousness up. I know it's not a word, but it's a word now. You heard it here first. So, learning to use the different hands and stuff like that, that comes with practice. It's really all you can do is just practice. I mean, if you want to lather up with a Shavette without a blade in it, if you're like me, you got enough soap to last until you're 345 years old. So just lather up your face. Take the blade out of the Shavette and just practice. Practice your shaving. You do it 6 times a day. You're never going to run out of soap. That's for freaking sure. And you'll build that muscle memory. Muscle memory is key. Also, deliberate movements is key. You really want to know which direction you want to shave, which direction you want to do the stroke before you do it. You don't want to get started and like, oh no, crap, that's not working. Oh, I got to twist this way. Oh shit, that's not working. Oh, I got to do this, that's not working. And then you're going to get cut. So, deliberate movements in a deliberate direction. That's one of the biggest keys to these things. The biggest reason you get cut, a lot of times isn't because of poor technique. It's you end up inadvertently making a slicing motion instead of a deliberate motion. So like even if I'm going across my grain, as long as I'm doing it nice and gently in a deliberate sideways motion, no problems. But if I kind of get halfway across and then kind of stutter step and kind of have a brain fart and then kind of go up and down like this while I'm going that way, you're going to turn this from a razor into a knife, and that's where you get cut. Also, maybe adapting your shaving patterns to this style of shaving will help you too. Instead of worrying about trying to chase the BBS with this right off the bat, just concentrate on getting a good shave. Like for me, this second pass now, I usually go from the ear to the mouth. But I'm not very comfortable using one of these going from the ear to the mouth on the right side of my face. I'm not comfortable with that backhand grip and I can't really see what I'm doing. So I've switched it up. I go from the mouth to the ear. It's a lot easier and I get the same result. So instead of putting that pressure on me trying to do something where I know I'm probably going to get cut, I just change it up a bit. And then same with the neck. I'll try and go on a bit of an angle on the neck, and then I don't even try and get BBS because I can't go sideways. So adapting a little bit maybe from your DE passes to something that's easier, more manageable with a Shavette will also be key to getting a good shave. So we'll continue on and we'll go across the grain, kind of. Once again, just very, very gentle gentle movements, just gliding it in the soap, squeezing the scales and just letting my fingers balance it. Okay, and now we'll do across the grain up here. Same deal, same grip, just rotating my wrist. Very nice. Keeping a very, not a very shallow angle, but a 35 maybe on those two passes. So far so good, and now we'll lather up for the third and final pass. So I'm not going to do a cleanup today. I'm just going to go with the DFS. I went with the DFS yesterday, and for the most part it was pretty smooth all the way around. A little bit of stubble on the neck, but that's okay, because I know I can't get BBS on the neck with a straight or a Shavette, because I have to shave literally completely sideways from right ear to left ear, and it is impossible. Almost, I shouldn't say impossible, it's practically impossible to do it one of these unless you get into some real convoluted stretching and movements, and I just can't see well enough to do it, and I can't be bothered to try it. Why bother risking cutting yourself when you can just as easily lather up again for a cleanup and grab a DE and just get it done? Alright, so now this will be my south to north pass. So the common grip we've seen so far is this one. Now I'm switching to my grip that I do for south to north. So basically I fold the scales out almost completely straight like a knife, and then I grip them with two fingers down here on the tang, thumb, and the index finger. That's my pivot point. That's where I'm gripping it tightly, and then I'm just wrapping my other hands around it. And then it's the same deal. I'm going to lay the blade on. I'm going to lay the Shavette on, roll the blade in, and shave, but I'm going to follow the contours of my face. So while I'm going up the neck, I use my wrist. My wrist is like a pivot. So as this is gliding up the lather, I'm angling out towards my jawline, and it's all very smooth, it's all very deliberate, it's all very controlled, it's all in one direction. And if you do it like that, you will not get cut. Same with the cheek. Very nice. And since this is my against the grain pass, I'm going at a way shallower angle. So very, very shallow angles, more close to like 10 degrees, your typical against the grain. I also forgot to mention, make sure your fingers are dry too on this. In between the rinses, you may not notice because I didn't show it, but I would reach down and dry my fingers on the towel before grabbing this. You want slippery skin, dry fingers. And that's that. I like to buff on this side because it's super rough right there. So a little bit of buffing with no pressure on a slick lather. It just takes it right off. And that was the shave. I'm quite content with that. It's not BBS, but I knew starting right out I wasn't going to get BBS. I wasn't chasing it. I just wanted to get my 3 passes done, get the most of it. A little bit of roughness here, but only on the across the grain, which is to be expected. Could have got a little closer in that cheek, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's a good shave. So, for the post shave, we're going to use the matching balm with level 2 menthol. One thing I love about his balms, you can pick either no menthol or level, I think it was the level 3 menthol, 1, 2, or 3. And I want to put way too much of that on. It's starting to liquefy, but it's so hot in here. But I always go with level 2. It's just a nice amount of coolness. Oh yeah, it's very nice. I gotta rinse a bit of that off, though I didn't put way too much on my hands. But yeah, so that is, those are, I should say, my tips for using Shavette. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert. I found just those are the things that work for me. If you want to check out some masters with the Shavette, there's Frank Stromberg, Matty Lindholm, and Dave Card. Those guys really know their stuff around the Shavette as well. So don't hesitate to check them out. But anyway, guys, hopefully this helps out some of you with those tips. And that's the shave. So thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Links for everything will be down below. And that's it for this video. So as always, friends, have a great day and even better shave. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.